Hello there.
I understand why we need Argonian and Dunmer Vice cannons. But what do we need a Nord for? Drunken tiebreaker?
Hello there.
Greetings.
Much to ask. I beg of you. Never clean enough. Yes, the mistress asked me to clean. She promised me many treats if her home is spotless when she returns. Many treats. This is the last spot. Last stubborn spot, and I will clean it. The mistress wants it so. Then it will be so. Of course. Why would I not be all right? My mistress returns soon, and she will be delighted. Then we will have many treats together, and all will be right again, as soon as I get this last spot done. Yes, the mistress asked me to clean. She promised me many treats of her. She is my mistress, a beautiful Dunmer woman, made with the grace of 100 bowing reeds. Her voice is like warm rays of sun, her touch like the wind's caress. Yes, she is my mistress. This is the last spot. What? Why? Did she? Are you trying to gain the favor of my mistress? I see. This is a test. No, I must finish my work.
Greetings.
They say the Hist weeps with happiness when an Argonian hatches. How can a tree weep?
What nonsense.
We don't get a lot of call for horses this far. Oh, maybe it's a giant Argonian dung pile. Now who's the silly one?
Hail.
Greetings.
Sorry, can't help you. Sane's running the shop while I mourn my brother.
Getting your hands on proper woodworking material. Getting your hands on proper... Any word on your friends? Nothing. They've kept the moors locked tight. Swamps have never been so dark, I say. No.
Look at them, prancing about like the Emperor's heirs.
Hello there.
Find someone else to bother.
Don't mind me. I'm traveling with these folks because they're paid.
I can't possibly be drunk.
Greetings. There's nothing better than fresh meat.
Another fine night. Or is it day?
Want to see my knife? Then keep talking. Truly talented.
I earn my bread in steps and song. But if you're buying around, I won't turn it down.
You're not cutting me off.
Ah, you again. And with every limb intact. You continue to surprise. There are ancient ruins on the border of Rivenspire called the Crypt of Hearts, overrun by undead. I'm going to seek it out, drive the evil from it. Of course, I'll finish this drink first. If you beat me there, I look forward to looting your corpse.
You must be the one Ram told us about. Let me look at you. You have strong eyes. A strong soul, I'll bet. I only advise you to seek glory while you can, young one. And I may know of a place where you can do just that. In Shadowfen, there's an old Imperial fort called Arx Corinium. It's infested with lamias on top of its natural dangers. None who enter return.
My wit's as quick as my blade. Don't believe me? Buy me another drink and I'll show you. You buy, I'll drink. I don't rightly care what it is. Great, thanks. What else you want? Oh, you want wit? My wit. Here goes. You can't spell jiggalag without wabbajack. Oh, wait. Yes. Yes, you can.
And you interrupt me for what? I've half a mind to throw my mug, except that it'd be a waste of good ale.
Hail.
Got something to prove?
Oh no, darling.
I earn my...
Just when I needed some company.
I do what I'm paid to do. We've got to earn a living. Have we met? No? Then walk the other way.
Heard the Shadow Scales aren't taking any
You
more
were at Fort
contracts.
Ziren. All those refugees.
You think no contracts
Good thing you were
means
there.
no ears in town?
Stormholde's a great city.
You give us 10 years, and it'll be the crown jewel of the Pact.
They say you can actually go talk to the Dunmer gods. Given the way the Dunmer treated us, do you think that also means you could punch them?
I've lived in Stормholde my whole life. Don't understand why all the newcomers make such a big deal out of having to live with Argonians.
You're a new face in Stормholde. As Vice Canon tasked with today's duties of audience, it is my solemn duty to warn you of the killer loose in our fine city. Be on your way, travel in pairs, etc. Did he mention the finder's fee he receives for sending you into the swamp? Of course not. Since he didn't, I'll provide you with his fee directly. Hand it to him the next time you see him, or use it for a pair of watertight boots. 3 murders, and Stормholde's about to boil over like my father's fish kettle. The Dark Elves blame the Argonians they owned before the Pact outlawed slavery. I miss the days of kicking arse. Now I'm expected to kiss them. That's not a question I've heard from a stranger. Fancy yourself a bloodhound, do you? I'd never doubt Stормholde's guards in a siege, but we've seen no progress with these murders. We'll gladly pay a bounty if you find the killer. Here's a list of the victims' families. Find out what they know about their murdered kin. I'm almost glad the guard never got around to it. As my son says, mammoths can't dance. You'll likely find Dendris Indolor at home. Gethys Ormobar works at the smithy. As for Tyrell Alor, try the Mages Guild. Hold your nose when talking to that one. A while back, Argonians in Stормholde were slaves to the local Dark Elves. The 2 other Vice Canons work to mend the bad blood, but it's slow to get anything done when nobody trusts the guard. Recently, some Argonians went missing. We heard a nasty rumor about Dark Elf slavers in the city. False, of course. Then the bodies showed up. All Dark Elves. The new rumor says Shadow Scales are targeting Dunmer. Nearly started a riot. They're a pain in the fundament. An armed group of Argonians lurking in the swamps, killing enemies of their people. If you want to twist the Dark Elf's ears anymore, you may as well burn an effigy of Almalexia.
Greetings.
Excuse my silence. I've as much on my mind as a hatchling looking for supper.
The guild has need of you, comrade.
Some of those Dunmer travelers invited me for a drink.
If you've got business.
Our banners represent the blood of members such as you. You strengthen us with your every effort.
Oh,
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No more drinking. My head's splitting. My mouth feels like a cagoody nested in it. And I'm in serious trouble. I don't suppose you'd care to help out a down-on-her-luck chef, would you? Go back in time and cut out my tongue. No, then I wouldn't be able to taste my wonderful cooking. Last night, I made a terrible bet with a hunter friend of mine, Vinaza. I told him cooking was art and hunting was peasants' work. He took offense. I boasted I'd hunt Shadowfen, collecting ingredients from exotic animals. An aelit's heart, a kaguti's ribs, eggs of a giant wasp, and delicious mud crab claw meat. I'd meet him in Hismir and prepare a feast to prove it. But I can't hunt. That's one of the problems. I know you can find these beasts all over Shadowfen, but I don't know where. And I'd get killed if I went roaming around the swamps. You'll have to ask Vinaza, but don't let him know I sent you. Just appeal to his vanity. The old lizard's pride got me into this. I don't see why it shouldn't get me out too. He's probably just outside the city hunting. That's what he does all the time. Thinks he's the greatest gamesman in Shadowfen. Don't ask. What I have to do if I lose, oh, it doesn't bear thinking upon. Just know that if I lose this bet, I'll have to stay drunk for the rest of my life to live down the shame.
The Dunmer no longer take us as slaves, but that doesn't mean they take us seriously. I'm fine with that. The less they know about us, the better. There's a temple to Sanguine out in the swamps. You'd have to be strange in the head to go there on purpose.
Hail.
Greetings.
Can I help you?
Praise Sanguine. That temple makes the swamp almost tolerable. I know Daedra worship isn't fashionable these days, but really, who's Sanguine ever hurt? I mean, maliciously. It's just Sanguine. Everyone in the swamp has visited the temple at least once. You should go. It's in a cave east of here. You'll have a great time.
I heard Vice Canon Hrandar tasked you with investigating the murders. Yeah, well, good luck. It's wet, swampy, and the damp makes me itch under my armor. This was the Dunmer toehold in Black Marsh, back when they were enslaving Argonians. Now the town's trying to find a new line of trade, with the Vice Canons based here and all. The Argonians have a history with the Dunmer, so somebody thought it would be smart to have 3 packed Vice Canons run the town. Vice Canon Hrandar, Vice Canon Servina, and Vice Canon Haitamin. Mostly, that means the Nord make sure the other 2 get along.
sorry, can't help you. Sane's running the shop while I mourn my brother. Finally looking into my brother's death, eh? I get it. I'm sure you and your vice cannon pals had better things to do than your jobs. Naldin wasn't the brightest star in the sky, but he didn't deserve this. Most of Stormhold, Naldin ran up a lot of debts. He also picked a lot of fights with the lizard skins. If the Shadow Scales didn't get him, it's because someone else moved faster.
I hope to be done here soon. Pardon my tears. I recently lost my wife and... I'm sorry. Can I help you? Ironi and I always believed in the Pact. We came here to build a better life with Argonians and Nords alike. Some of my people blame the Shadow Scales. But what would they gain from her death? We treat everyone the same. It makes no sense. Thank the gods! She's in the mortuary, which they keep locked. But Ironi made those locks, so I have the master key. Here, take it, please. Find out who did this. Don't allow her to become a symbol against the Pact.
Want to see my knife? Then keep talking.
Any word on your friend?
Nothing. They've kept the morgue locked tight.
The swamps have never been so dark, I say.
Sanctioned killers on our doorstep. And we're worried about invaders?
I wouldn't say that too loud.
Have we met? No. Then walk the other way.
Friends in these parts.
Wasting time is
Greetings. Find someone else to bother.
lot on my mind. And all this noise isn't helping me think. Do I need to get lost in the swamp to get a moment of peace?
If you want to work on your technique, you can't be afraid to get burned.
What do you want?
By the three, these formulae don't look right at all. I was just collating these volumes, though I hardly see the point. The Mages Guild's expectations are very high. You'll learn...
On your way, stranger. I have no patience for small talk. About time the Vice Cannons do their jobs. Ireland's body lies captive in the mortuary. I can't even see him, let alone bury him. Why all these ridiculous delays? Dumark Shadow Scales, who else? He spoke out against the Argonians, and rightly so. He was targeted for having the courage to say what we all think about them. I'm no bigot, but if you ask me, the world would be a better place without those scaly fetchers.
Hello.
When you're as old as I am, you don't get on Vori's bad side. She may look pleasant, but I heard she flayed a failing student for botching their spell. Can't count how many times I've done the same. No, but I'm new to this branch. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Living and working directly in your research area. I can't count the number of times I've tripped over some alien junk on my way to my room. Annoying. I expect it's because it's one of the few structures here that isn't sinking into the swamp. That and being in close proximity to an alien ruin means we don't have to go far for research material. Mostly just new variations on Varla stones. We think this was one of their older outposts, judging by the sheer number of underground chambers. The unexplored ones we've sealed off for the city's protection. But we'll get to them all eventually.
They say you can actually go talk to the Dunmer gods. Given the way the Dunmer treated us, do you think that also means you could punch them?
You know the deceased? I do hope so. Too many people have come, as if this is a spectacle for entertainment. Bow your head as you leave. The Hist watches.
All must return to the swamps eventually. We are but borrowing a spark of life from the world. It must be passed on for life to continue. Take comfort in that, if nothing else.
Please, I have an urgent message. Gethys Omabar sent me. It's about his wife, Ironi. Gethys saw Ironi alive. He watched her enter their home on the other side of Stормholde. He asked you to meet him there as soon as you can.
Praise Vivek, Halva found you. Whatever's in my home, it isn't my wife, Ironi. My Ironi, she's gone. I know that, but when I saw her enter our home, I had to find out how she'd returned. That's when she stabbed me. If that Argonian hadn't leapt between us, she'd have finished me off. I don't know. But he tried to save my life. They were still fighting when I crawled out the door. They both moved so fast. Please, help him remove that imposter from my home. Don't worry about me. I'll soon see my true Ironi.
I saw strange lights coming from Tenwald. I thought it was deserted.
If you were the one working with Vice Canon Rondar, please see Vice Canon Hatamine.
Vice Canon Rondar is indisposed. He informed me you've been assisting us in our recent troubles. Are you any closer to discovering the killer? Then we can concentrate our efforts elsewhere. Many will blame the Shadow Scales regardless, but our concerns are greater now than scapegoats. I fear the true culprit struck again, though I pray I'm incorrect. When I said Vice Canon Rondar was indisposed, I spoke half the truth. He's missing,
and I fear it's the work of our killer. This is why Vice Canon Servina and I request your utmost discretion in recovering Vice Canon Rondar to us. Listens to water as one of our little fish, our eyes and ears. He signals when he possesses urgent information for the Vice Canons. A short while ago, we received his signal. Be swift and silent as currents in a stream. Speak with Listens to Water on our behalf. Look for the mud huts. Don't ask for him by name, or he'll think you a debt collector. Remain discreet. If Listens to Water found the scent of Vice Canon Rondar, follow it until its end.
May the Three watch over you. From what I've been hearing, if anyone could find our missing Vice Canon, it's you.
Go down without a fighting.
Much hotter and more humid down here than in Solstheim. Have to say that I like it.
Looking for something with a little boost? If you have questions, feel free to ask. My brother runs the shop, but I'll answer what I can.
Can you believe it? I saw Omnilexia herself. I am forever blessed by the Healing Mother.
I'll take those.
someone there? Help me, please!
Go around! Healer!
Now!
Shaw's bones, it's good to see you. The Dominion right under our noses. Damned insidious. I have to warn Servina and Hetamin. Quick, and... Yes, but I've been here less than a day. Some of Stormhold's citizens were here longer, held in the alcoves nearby. I'll distract these Dominion snowbacks. Should buy you time to free the prisoners. Meet me on...
I owe you my life.
Circle around! To the side!
I owe you my life.
Now!
Heal me!
You know the deceased?
Gods, it felt good to bury an axe in their throats. From the prisoners trickling out, I trust you enjoyed yourself as much as I. Did you free them all? I'd be better if the damned ruins beneath my feet weren't infested with Dominion. We've posted guards until reinforcements can wipe them clean. You kept this city from tearing itself apart. Stormhold's in your debt. If the Dominion sent a large force to infiltrate Stormhold, they must have a camp somewhere in Shadowfen. It's time we take the fight to them. Tenma Walk, a Daedric ruin southeast of here. It's big enough to harbor a substantial enemy force, and close enough to trouble Stormhold. Besides, my scouts report signs of activity within. I'll take a regiment to Tenma Walk. Don't want to take any chances. You freed me from the Dominion's clutches before those skin-stealing milk drinkers could kill me and wear my face. Of course I could use your help. Meet my regiment at Tenma Walk. Keep your blades sharp. I'll find a way to turn you loose on the Dominion. I'll root out every cave in this swamp if I have to.
Hello there.
We're in your debt, my friend. With the Dominion exposed, the ugly rumors of Argonians preying upon dark elves can be put to rest.
What you've done was no easy task. We have a difficult road ahead of us.
Yes.
This guar gives its life so we may have meat. Now I give you my time. Why? Oh? Do the winds speak my name? Or the birds? Or is there perhaps someone else who told you to speak with me? My adroitnosity is known throughout the fen, of course, but it whispers only to its creatures, and me, of course. Everyone? The Metropolinia hum with tales of my vergoritude. Well, who am I to deny them? Go ahead, ask your questions. The Fens speak to me readily about their bountinosity of beasts. Please, ask me about any of these and I will stipendify you with my knowledge. But know that most beasts of the Fens can be found anywhere, if you are wise enough to find them. Interesting, but deadly insects. They can be found singly or in swarms. Beware the Wasp Queen. She has a mighty sting, and is often protected by her lesser drones. Wasps dwell mostly in the venomous fens, the southernmost region of Shadowfen. I'm a little busy here.
Never clean. Yes, the mistress asked me to clean. She is my mistress, a beautiful Dunmer woman, made with the grace of 100 bowing reeds.
You're back.
It worries me to think of the Dominion watching us from those ruins on the hill. I'm glad you rooted them out.
If you see that bastard 5 coins, tell him... Don't tell him anything. He doesn't deserve it. He's a lying, cheating, good-for-nothing scoundrel. Worst of all, he waters down his drinks. He and I go way back, and that's all I'll say on the matter. The Aliads built it on top of some ancient ruins. Then the Argonians moved in. After that, the Dunmer came, built their town on top of ours. When we're all dead and gone, I'm sure someone else will build on top of all this too. No, I used to live in Narcissus, a Dunmer town north of here. We came here with a wagon full of sundries. First mistake. The swamps aren't half as treacherous as the traders. Now we're just another pair of wanderers looking for the next meal. It's just business to most of them. In a place like this, you need to look out for your own tail first. It's the friendly ones you've got to watch out for. Never trust a smile.
I saw strange lights coming from Tenmar Walk. I thought it was deserted.
Are never deserted. Stay away.
Brace, Sanguine. That temple.
What is it? What?
They say you can actually go talk to the Dunmer gods.
I've heard the Bosmer eat their enemies, which I guess makes sense, given how disgusting their friends are.
I've heard you're the one who figured out the Dominion's part in our recent troubles, true? Must be nice. Well, some of us have troubles of our own, and you don't hear us begging for help. Yes, of course. Please help me. Look, I'm sure you don't mean it. There's no help for him. My brother, that is. I don't expect to see him again, and... why am I even telling you this? Maybe. Well, there's no harm in telling you. He's dead, in that stupid Quama mine off Percolating Mire. I told him they had no idea what they were doing. I won't discuss any details, but let's just say none of those miners will come back.
Met, my mouse is not feeling well. His last meal sits ill with him. I will stay with him until he gets better.
Tread lightly. The swamps are an unforgiving teacher.
Hello.
I do what I'm paid to do. We've got to earn a living.
First, Argonians in Dunmer disappear. Now a vice cannon goes missing? The other vice cannons can't ignore this. Stormhold. This was our home until the Dunmer oppressed us. Now, it is not a proper Argonian town. Not like it once was. Still, it's a good place for Shadowfin's vice cannons. Here they can deal with all kinds and still live in comfort. When the pack was formed, 3 heroes of the Akaviri War, Hondar of Skyrim, Savine of Morrowind, and Hatamine of Black Marsh, were chosen to keep the peace here.
Find someone else to bother. Have we met? No?
Dangerous times to walk.
First,
I do what I'm paid to do. We've got...
Hello.
Well, you're a Blue Reed in Yellow Pete. From out of town, yes? Yes. You're in luck, Blue Reed. Gold runs dry on long journeys. But I've got mercenaries roil Stormholde's waters for no good reason. They move amongst my people, swaggering and taking what they will. Strange they never bother the Dark Elves, yes? None here lift a claw to stop them. But you aren't from here, and I have gold. Encourage them to leave, Blue Reed. How you do it is your concern. Then I fill your purse, yes? Perhaps you should pretend to consider a purchase. Or perhaps you should consider a purchase, hmm? Such prices, unheard of in all of Stormhold. The mercenaries only make things worse with the Dark Elves. Better if Stormhold is one happy family. And if you plan to start a family, might I suggest a vial of powdered Kaguti horn for heightened potency? No? Your loss.
Want to see my knife? Then keep talking. I don't bully innocent folk, not for the pittance I'm paid. But you're right. This isn't what I signed up for.
Find someone else to bother. Whoa. They just pay me to look tough. You think I'd be dumb enough to tangle with you? Besides, this place was getting on my nerves. I'll never scrub the smell out of my armor.
I do what I'm paid to do. We've got to earn a living. You serious? Well, you'd have to buy out my contract. You got that kind of coin on you? Glad we speak the same language. Damn, should have asked for more.
Have we met? No. Then walk the other way. I was thinking the same thing about your teeth.
Ah, first customer. You see what I've got. Buy if you want.
Ah, you're the one. Seems we need to have a chat about Doubts the Moon. Said he stirred up trouble with some mercs and had to leave town. Asked Duskscale to take over his shop permanently. Mentioned you too. Said he'd pay you extra for your silence. Said you were smart enough to take a hint. Doubts the Moon won't be back. Knows if he shows his face in Stормholde, he'll get it smacked. Price of starting false rumors, right?
Wasting time is an important part of life.
To augment what was once plain.
I don't seem to be making much progress.
I hear you're the one to thank for finally doing something about all this. Some of us appreciate it,